Hello, ma'am. So, for today po, we're going to have a patient teaching and our focus topic will be on allergic rhinitis. Since after the interview, I have gathered some information and there are things that I want you to know more about, which is allergic rhinitis. It's the difference of it from a cold. We're going to move further with that. I'm also going to explain the allergens that affects your respiratory and auditory health. So this will also align with the cause of allergic rhinitis. And then after that, we're also going to learn about the treatments and managements on how we can reduce allergens in your living space, especially in your home. And later on, we're going to see a video to know more how it is done properly. And for the last, I'm going to share a health quote that will make you inspired to have a clean, dust-free, or allergen-free environment, and you are able to breathe properly. You can be productive in your daily routines and such. So these are our objectives. Define allergic rhinitis, its causes, symptoms, and types. Differentiate it from a cold. Explain how allergens affect respiratory and auditory health. Identify practical methods. Demonstrate proper hygiene and home cleaning habits. And commit to actionable steps. So first, ma'am, before we define allergic rhinitis from researches from professionals, may I ask you, what do you know or what knowledge do you have about this condition?
Irritating nose, itchy nose,
So,
ringing ears.
napapabahin ka na lang bigla-bigla.
Yes.
What else po?
Runny nose, stuffed nose. Stuffed nose.
Okay ba? So, what you've mentioned is something you've experienced po talaga.
Yes.
And where do you think po, ano yung nagiging cause?
Maybe due to dust.
Okay po. So, we're going to dive deeper po to understand those things. So, allergic rhinitis, we define it as a allergic reaction. So, it is when our immune system becomes weakened. This is because of the reaction with allergens like we have dust mites, pollen, and pet hair. From others, it's also because of the smoke that they inhale. Included din yung mga mold spores. So, in dust mites, they are very common sa mga bahay. Diba po yung mga singit-singit dyan sa mga sofa. There are also some in the carpet. And dito po sa mga bintana, especially when it's always open. Yeah. Yung mga pollen po, you can always see it po outside in our environment, from the grass, from the flowers, those kinds. Pet hair, yung mga mababalahibong mga pusa, yung mga aso, yung mga alaga natin, dun po nagagaling yung allergen. So kapag yung mga balahibo lumalagas sila, you can not see it very clearly. It's like everywhere, from the carpet to sofa, from the bed, from rugs, ganun. And then there's also mold spots. Usually makikita yan sa mga under the sinks. Minsan it's also in the walls. Ayan po, sa mga washing machines. Doon po namumuo yung mga molds, and our system gets to react to those allergens. So, there are two types of allergic rhinitis. The first one is called the seasonal, or also known as hay fever. So, it's seasonal, from the word seasonal, it occurs certain times of the year. This is triggered by exposure to outdoor allergens, such as pollen from plants. So, di ba po may mga seasons tayo sa weathers na malago po talaga yung mga plants and nakakaroon po siya ng mga pollens and it somehow affects our system. So the second type is the perennial. This one naman po, it happens all year. So throughout the whole year, you are having this kind of pagbahe, allergic reaction. So this is provoked by allergens contained in dust, animal hair, and mold. You can always see it everywhere in your space, sa bahay, sa inyong mga routines. May nakaka-interact kayo ng dust, animal hair, or mold. So again, I'm going to ask you, what's the difference between the seasonal and perennial allergic rhinitis?
So as what you've said, seasonal is a cold, hay fever that occurs only a certain time of the year. And for the perennial, it occurs all year.
Okay. So you've understood the difference between these types of allergic rhinitis. Next, we're going to move on to the symptoms of allergic rhinitis. So these are the common symptoms that you may experience when you have allergic rhinitis. Very common is the sneezing. Bahing ka ng bahing. And then, the next symptom is runny or stuffy nose. So, your nose, parang ang daming liquid sa loob ng nose mo and lagi siyang tumutulo. Third symptom is the itchy nose, eyes, or throat. This is when your eyes gets red, tapos your eyes, the next symptom, connected to the next symptom, watery eyes, nagluluha. And then, since you have a stuffy nose, laging nakakaramdam ka ng pangangati sa iyong ilong. Like, you want to get rid of those snots or try to ease the feeling. Yeah. So, ito, postnasal drip, it's similar na parang ang dami mong sipon na gustong ilabas. Yeah. The next symptom is cough or fatigue. Usually, you feel this when you wake up. So this is like an image, a visual presentation of those symptoms. So we have here the itchy, red, watery eyes. Ito yung pananakit ng throat din. Ayan, fatigue. And then, sneezing, postnasal drips, runny, stuffy nose. Next, we move forward to differentiating allergic rhinitis from a cold. So a lot of people are having misconceptions about what is the difference between cold, allergic rhinitis, or baka sa fever lang yan. Diba? Nagsasama-sama yung sipon at ubo. Those types. So now we're going to explain it further. So cold or allergic rhinitis. May I ask you po, have you ever experienced na hindi mo pa rin alam na is this what you experience colds ba to or allergic rhinitis na?
No naman. Alam ko naman na allergic rhinitis siya.
Okay, that's good to hear. Allergic rhinitis from cold. So, here are the differences. Allergic rhinitis, makakaramdam ka ng itchiness sa iyong nose, sa iyong lalamunan. Then, you observe that your eyes always gets watery. And then, kakaroon siya ng reaction, nag-red siya. Tapos, followed by, it starts to get itchy. And then, allergic rhinitis, it has a trigger. Ang trigger na is allergens, the one that we've mentioned a while ago, the allergens like dust, hair, pollen, molds. So, it will sting around until the allergen is out of the air. So, you will always have allergic rhinitis until you try to clean the environment, and then, dun ka lang makakaramdam na maginhawang paghinga. So, that is allergic rhinitis. Moving on to the colds. So, colds naman is caused by muscle aches, pain. So, kasabay siya nung sakit, yung high fever naman. So, this is caused by a virus. So, it's transmitted from a person to person. Kaya ka nakakaroon ng colds. And then, Unlike allergic rhinitis na it will stick around until the allergen is out of the air, colds naman can go away within a week. So, di ba, yung mga alam natin na remedies like enough fluids, enough rest, yung intake ng vitamin C, and then trying to stay away from a person na affected ng virus. So those are the remedies you try to use when you have colds. And maybe in just few days or a week, wala na yung colds mo. Unlike allergic rhinitis, it depends on the environment you are in. So here is a picture, an infographic about the difference between the two. So allergic rhinitis is sneezing, itchy eyes, runny nose. Duration niya can last for weeks or months. Fever, there's no fever that we experience. Unlike sa common cold, symptoms niya also sneezing, sore throat, body aches, fever. Duration niya 1 to 2 weeks. And present yung fever na nararamdaman natin. Okay, so I have here an image po. May you define to me which one is a healthy nose and which one is the allergic rhinitis?
So,
May you tell the reason to me?
about the reason.
Ito yung ilong natin sa loob ng interior, sa loob ng ilong natin. So, can you spot the difference po?
Yes, maraming foreign matter inside.
Okay, so you've noticed this parang matubig, liquidish. And then this one on the other side is a healthy nose. A healthy nose, as you can see, wala siyang mga parang drips or yung parang sipon. And then this one is allergic rhinitis. And you can observe na watery siya. Madami.
Okay.
Okay. So moving on is, there are questions during the interview that you've mentioned how allergic rhinitis can worsen our respiratory and auditory health. So in here, we're going to explain how environmental allergens affect respiratory and auditory health. So here are the complications of allergic rhinitis. So you experience inability to sleep from symptoms keeping you up at night. Do you experience po ba this kind?
Yes.
And when you experience this, ano po yung parang nararamdaman mo?
Masakit ang ulo.
Hindi po kayo makatulog. Ganun po.
At hindi makahinga.
Okay, so the next is we have, I think this was not mentioned po during the interview, the development or worsening of asthma symptoms, then frequent ear infections, tingling ears,
Yes, I experienced tingling ears.
and then frequent headaches, like you just
Yes.
mentioned, reduced productivity, mahina, like tinatamad ka gawin yung mga, what the things you usually do in a day.
Yes.
So this is the impact on breathing or our respiratory system. Dust contains dust mites, mold spores, pet dander, and other particles that can trigger an allergic response when inhaled. So in our environment, kapag nakakahinga how do you call this? Nahihinga mo siya, you breathe in this kind of particles. This will happen to your nasal passages. It gets inflamed and leads to allergic rhinitis. So, ang makikita mong effect nito ay yung sneezing, runny nose. Then, for asthma flare-ups in sensitive individuals, so there leads to coughing, wheezing, shortness of breath. So, for those who are diagnosed with asthma, they tend to have complications po when they breathe. Their breathing is constricted and nag-uubo sila, napapawheeze. And then another impact is the post-nasal drip from excess mucus. Nababarado yung ilong natin and it's more difficult to breathe properly since both sides po minsan it's blocked. And then when you try to breathe, it's through the mouth. It sometimes for individuals it gets irritated. Kaya mas lalong nahihirapan tayo mag-breathe for air. Chronic sinus infections due to ongoing nasal blockages and inflammation. So what I've mentioned is, since both passageways are blocked, it's difficult for the person to breathe properly. Next is the hearing or auditory system. So in here, allergic reactions can also affect the eustachian tube, which connects the middle ears to back of the nose. So the ears and our nose is somehow connected to each other, and when you have allergic rhinitis, naapektuhan both. The effects of it: eustachian tube dysfunction. So I'd like to give you a brief discussion about parts of the ears. So we have here the anatomy of the ear. So we try to understand a little bit of its physiological. So we have here the inner ear. So we have here the eustachian tube, and in the PowerPoint, eustachian tube dysfunction causes pressure, fullness, or popping in the ears. So ito pong eustachian tube kasi, this the one that greatly affects kapag napapabahin tayo. It's connected kasi. And then, what you feel po kapag napapabahin, right? Sakit yung tenga nyo, parang, yan. How do you describe it, diba? Yung pressure.
Yung pressure.
Ang hirap makarinig. Ganun. Okay, so, another impact is fluid build-up in the ear. Parang, ramdam mo, it's blocked, it's parang, may fluid.
Hindi naman.
Okay. And then, this fluid build-up leads to infection. So, in this middle ear po, dito siya makakaramdam. And then, hearing problems, temporary G2 block or fluid-filled ear. Do you experience this po ba? You're having hearing problems?
Yes.
Because parang,
Parang librado.
yes. Okay. So, have you understood po ba the impacts on breathing and hearing?
Yes.
Okay. So, moving forward to the practical methods. So, we're going now to the treatments and managements on how to reduce allergens in your living space. So, there are researches that you can really heal from allergic rhinitis. Rather, you just try to clean your environment, and somehow you will less experience this condition. So here are the practical ways. First one is use dust-proof covers on pillows and mattresses. The trend now po is they prefer using silk pillowcases. Siya anuhan ng mga alikabok. Yun. Then, second is wash bedding weekly. Do you do this po ba?
No.
How often do you wash your beddings po ba? Yung mga bedsheet, pillowcase?
Maybe a month.
Once a month?
Once a month.
Okay. We'll take note on that po. And then, here, remove or minimize carpets, curtains, and stuffed toys where dust collects. Do you also do this kind of things?
No.
Carpet, curtains?
Yes.
Often?
Often.
Okay. So, these are some of the things sa bahay na mabilis maka-collect ng dust. Kasi carpets, people always step on it. Curtains, since nasa bintana siya, and kapag humahangin, pumapasok yung dust sa curtains. Stuffed toys po kasi has this hairy, parang fluffy texture, and parang yung mga dust airs, dumidikit, na i-stuck siya sa loob, and then kapag nagagalaw siya, there, nakakawala yung dust, and napaka-inhale na natin yan. Next one is clean floors using a vacuum with HEPA filter or dump mop. So this HEPA filter is very effective to somehow totally clear the dust-free siya. So a vacuum will also do.
Okay.
Are you sure that you can do this vacuum?
Yes.
It's
We'll just dump mop na lang instead.
dump mop. So dump mop, you may use yung mga rags, and then yung parang pinupunasan na lang sa head, or surfaces, tables, yung mga sulok-sulok, matatanggal mo yan
Okay.
with water. Yan. Then keep windows closed during high pollen seasons. So this is very common kapag malabo yung mga halaman, and it's better, and yung mahangin, it's better to keep the windows closed para hindi sila makapasok sa bahay. Next one is use a dehumidifier to control moisture and prevent mold. So this is one I've mentioned a while ago. Yung mga molds na perform yan sa mga yung laging basa. Like the sink, the under, or sa mga gilid-gilid. There's also areas in the ref. There. The solution for that is using a dehumidifier. Next one is if you have pets at home. Do you have pets at home po ba?
No.
Or do you interact with animals,
No.
dogs, pets?
No.
Okay, so this is a practical method for those who owns a pet na to bath them regularly and keep them out of the bedroom
Okay.
because of their hairs.
Okay.
Next is proper hygiene and home cleaning habits to reduce allergy triggers. Daily dusting with damp cloth and trap dust instead of spreading it. Vacuum carpets and rugs at least 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay.
You may do this, but make sure your nose is covered, and if the allergic rhinitis attacks you, it's better to have someone who can do it for you so that your condition won't get worsened.
Okay.
Wash curtains and wipe down surfaces regularly. Yung mga sulok-sulok. Ayan. Use face mask while cleaning to avoid inhaling allergens. So, a temporary or a good solution is always wearing face mask when you want to clean the house, you want to try to clean your environment. Nasal irrigation with saline spray or rinse to flush out allergens. Nasal irrigations, diba yung NSS sa mga doctors, you can see it on the internet na parang may nilalagay sila sa ilong and then try to remove the sipon out.
Okay.
Ayan. And then change clothes and shower after coming home from outdoors to remove pollen. So, from work, and then kapag nakaka-encounter ka ng mga usok from sasakyan, yung mga dumi sa labas, it's better to change agad and take a shower, and then so that the pollens will be removed. So here's a video of 5 household fixes to help relieve seasonal allergies. We're going to watch it po. It's only for 4 minutes.
Okay.
Making close to your allergy symptoms. Here's how to take care of those pesky dust mites. One of the first things you're going to want to do is get an allergy cover for your mattress and your pillows. This will create a barrier between you and your bed, which will help prevent dust mites from ever living in your mattress. And as a bonus, this will help preserve your mattress and keep it clean. Throw these in with your laundry when you change your bedding. When you're doing your laundry, make sure you use high heat. That'll kill all those dust mites.
Hot
Since folding
temperature.
fitted sheets is pretty annoying, I just put them on right after I do laundry. And if you've ever struggled with putting on a fitted sheet, just look for the direction tag. It's so helpful. To reduce allergies, it's best to change your bedding at least once a week.
Change bedding once a
Dust
week.
mites are repelled by essential oils like eucalyptus and tea tree, so give your mattress a good spray to keep them away. Finally, after you wake up, let your bed air out for at least 30 minutes before you make it in the morning. Now you can sleep easy with less allergies. Now I know not everyone is sensitive to dust mites. This is just good practice for a clean
So,
bed.
di ba po, when you have a clean bed, masarap po yung tulog, parang masarap sa pakiramdam, na it's clean, it's dust-free, and you know that you can inhale, you can breathe properly.
Seasonal allergies are a nightmare, and they come with so many unpleasant symptoms. Here's some home remedies to help alleviate those seasonal allergies. You can incorporate apple cider vinegar as part of your daily routine. And if it's a little too strong for you, dilute it to help it go down smoother. That's a little better. Another remedy is to find some locally sourced honey. You can find local honey at a farmer's market or see it in the grocery
Honey,
store. The
apple
pollen of local
cider.
honey will help your body recognize and fight off those allergy symptoms. And it tastes so good. If you're dealing with severe congestion, try a neti pot. You can find these at most drugstores. They're affordable and reusable. This will help clear your sinuses and give you a little bit of relief.
Nasal irrigation.
It's actually not that bad. It feels really good. It's relieving. Believe me, once you get it, it's worth it and will give you so much relief.
Okay.
And one last thing, don't forget to change your air filter regularly. I love these home remedies. Now I can reach for something that isn't medication. One of
So in the Philippine culture or in the Philippine practices, we have this kind of remedies. I think this kind of remedies, like we drink water with honey, with ginger tea, those kinds. In the interview, you've mentioned those kind of remedies that you practice. It's worth it po ba? Effective?
Yes, ma'am. I think so.
It helps with your throat, with your nose, with just your feeling.
Yes.
the most common causes of allergy symptoms is the stuff from outside you end up bringing inside that circulates throughout your home. Here's what you need to do to get cleaner air inside your home. When you're changing out your air filter, make sure you're picking up the right one. Some like this only filter out dust. For allergies, choose a higher rated filter. These are a little more expensive, but they'll trap smaller particles. You should be changing your filter at least
So air
once a month.
filter
This one may have gone a
pala.
little too long. Make sure to dust your grates. If dust builds up on these, they'll be harder to clean later. This was so dirty. Just make sure you're following the arrow so you put it in the right way. One thing that'll make your job a whole lot easier is to turn your system
Another
fans
thing
on.
that you can clean is yung mga windows, yung mga screens, you can dust them
Set a
out.
recurring reminder in your phone so you never forget to change your filter. I know changing these may not be the most fun thing to do, but look how filthy they get. It's important to use clean filters for better air in your home. Even though your vacuum is made for cleaning, it could be making your allergies worse. Here's how to make sure your vacuum is doing its job correct. Don't let your canisters fill up, empty them frequently.
So when you vacuum the carpets or the floor, you must also clean yung bag niya, yung laman ng vacuum, and then make sure you throw them out away.
Okay.
It's better if someone who can do that for you.
After you notice a buildup on your canister, it's a good idea to give it a wash. This cleans
Wash
out
it
any
properly.
turtle dirt that could be clogging up your
To
vacuum.
really
Let the
remove
pieces
everything.
completely air dry before you put them back in your vacuum. And check your vacuum for any filters. These might need to be cleaned or replaced. It's important before you start vacuuming to open up some windows. You also want to do all your dusting before you vacuum. A clean vacuum will help give you a cleaner home. I like knowing that if I'm going to take the time to vacuum, it's actually doing its job. Air quality can be worse during certain times of the year, and that can even affect air inside your home. Here's how to make an air purifier out of a box fan. Now, you may already have a box fan at home, but if not, they're easy to find and affordable. All you need is a high-quality air filter and some packing tape. Simply cut the air filter from the fan. Just make sure the airflow in the filter is facing outward. Securely tape on all the sides. Every side needs to be completely sealed, so go over it a couple times. This will circulate air inside the room and clean it at the same time. Now, you may not need to use an air purifier like this all the time. A good way to keep track of air quality is to use a weather app. These are best to use in individual rooms when air quality is poor. Air purifiers can be really expensive. That's why I like this DIY version that's really affordable. Allergy symptoms can be the worst, so use these techniques for a cleaner, healthier home.
Okay. So
Okay.
after watching the video, you might want to share some reflection or takeaways.
Okay, from now on, I will change my beddings weekly. Yes, then change the curtains weekly,
Not weekly, mga
Regularly.
monthly, ganun.
monthly, clean the carpet with vacuum, at least 2 to 3 times a week.
Yes. That's a good reflection, and I hope you can practice that until you apply it consistently. Yeah.
Okay.
Next is commit to actionable steps to maintain a cleaner, allergy-friendly environment. So we have here a sample checklist that you can refer to or serve as a reference. You might want to copy and practice, apply it. So we have here, we've divided it into different categories. We have the air quality, dust mite control, pet allergen management, regular cleaning, allergen avoidance. So for air quality, may you read it properly?
For air quality, avoid smoking indoors and avoid strong fragrances and aerosol sprays.
So, mga strong fragrances, yung mga perfume po natin, yung mga mga sprays, we, as much as possible, we try to avoid it because this strong scent may also trigger our nose. So sasakit yung ilong natin. Excuse me. So next is we have dust mite control.
Wash bedding weekly, dust surfaces with damp cloth.
Ayan. So for the next is pet allergen management. So this is very helpful to those individuals who have pets at home or kahit yung mga individuals na nakaka-encounter ng mga pets at mga animals like cats, dogs, or dogs.
So keep our pets out of bedrooms and off furniture. Bath and groom pets regularly and wash hands and change clothes after pet contact.
Yeah. Yung for the third, change clothes after pet contact because minsan yung mga hair nila dumidikit sa clothes natin. And when you try, some people kasi napapaganon, yung naaanuhan yung damit nila, naihil na nila yung hairs. Next is regular cleaning.
Okay, so vacuum carpets and dogs one to two times a week. Mop floors regularly. Avoid sweeping with stairs dust and wash curtains and clean blinds monthly.
Ayan. So take note po of the timings. Vacuum 1 to 2 times per week. Mop floors regularly. Wash curtains monthly. Clean blinds monthly. Next is allergen avoidance.
Okay, so keep our windows closed during high pollen days. Shower and change clothes at outdoor activities and wear masks when cleaning or working outdoors.
So these are some ways, effective and simple ways na we can do to reduce our allergic rhinitis and maintain this cleaner, allergy-friendly environment. So that's all po for the health teaching about allergic rhinitis. Thank you for your participation and cooperation. I hope you learned something from the topic. Allergic rhinitis, any questions po ba or you want something to know more about?
Okay, so far, you've already mentioned all those items about allergic rhinitis. So thank you for sharing your knowledge about allergic rhinitis.
Okay. So we have here a checklist. I want you to have a copy of a checklist. I'm also going to give you a brochure which contains of everything na po ba or a summary of our lesson po for today. And I will also give you lastly, the health code. So we have here a health code. Let's read it both po. Clear the air is the sneeze. Prioritize a healthy environment to a symptom-free life with allergic rhinitis. So always remember that to reduce allergic rhinitis in order to reduce allergic rhinitis, it's important that we keep our environment healthy and clean, clear the air, simple, dust-free, those kinds of managements that we discussed, the cleaning, the allergen, dust mite controls. There we are able to breathe properly, we become productive, and hindi tayo nakakapagod agad. Ayan. So that's everything, and thank you once again.
Thank you din po.